Tswhane emergency services are attending to 2 fires. 2 separate houses have been gutted in the Pretoria CBD near the Stats SA building. The other fire breaking out near the Thaba Tshwane military location in the capital city. Our reporter Mohlaoli is tracking that story for us. Tumaole, what do we know right now about the extent of the damage caused by these fires?
Well, Kathy, I can tell you that the extent of the damage caused by the fire is certainly very visible in terms of the scene right here. I am just standing just a few meters away from where the emergency services fire truck is still trying to quell the flames. I'm going to ask my colleague, Nkosi just to give you a view of the fire truck and also to give you a view of the people who managed to get their belongings out. And you can see that they are perched just outside the pavement next to the building that has been gutted by that fire. Thankfully, from what we hear right now from officials, there have been no lives lost so far. Emergency services officials are saying that the building, though, is quite heavily or badly damaged. So you can see that residents spared whatever they could. We've got, of course, all manner of things as we walk into the building itself that sustained some fire. You can see that inside here is all water because they are still trying to douse the flames. It looks like it's an entertainment venue, and there are emergency services fire officials still with their fire hoses. And if Nkosi can just give you a shot going closer to the stairs here, you can just see the extent of the damage as one of the residents tries to salvage whatever they could. Looking out inside the building, it certainly looks like it was a very, very bad blaze. I can tell you that even just walking inside here, you can still smell the remnants of the fire, if one can just say the smoke and the smog. But I'm going to try to speak to one of those who has lost everything. In fact, I see one of the residents here who's willing to speak to us. Sir, can you just give us your name and tell us what happened here?
The fire started here at the back room. I'm not sure they were cooking or what. Someone called us. We were sitting here right in front. They called us. In fact, they were asking for a fire extinguisher. So I took one of the fire extinguishers, went to that side, and then there was the fire. It started on that side.
Around what time was this, and how quickly were emergency services able to respond?
They were late. It took some time. Of which the fire, if you can come this side and view from this side, you see, this house is...
Okay, I'm going to ask you just to stand here so that my colleague Nkosi can just give the visuals while you talk. Tell us what happens while he gives us these visuals.
These houses are splitted. Ne? So this side, on the bathroom side, it's open. There's no wall between them. If you can check there, when Nkosi is going up there, Wazala. That's all. Konala.
So this is where the fire started, you think?
Yes, sir. That side, on the other house.
Okay. And it quickly spread to this house?
It spread to this side. The firefighters, when they came, the fire was already on this side. If you can see the pipes here, we struggled. We were on our own.
What is the cause of the fire as far as you know?
I think he was cooking or something. Official hasn't come back. But police came and told us that we should wait. The investigators will come tomorrow and tell us how the fire started.
And around how many people are affected, do you think?
It's a lot of people, bro.
A lot of people. All right. Yeah. No, thank you for that. That is one of the affected residents as well, just giving us an eyewitness view of what happened. And looking out across there, you can certainly see that the fire raged quite aggressively, and thankfully no one has lost their lives. But more importantly, Kathy, as Nkosi follows me, you can see that here as well, just a stone's throw away, you have people who have erected shacks in the back of this particular building structure, and luckily for them, it looks like none of their properties were damaged. And as I speak to you now, you can see residents still getting water to try and put out the remnants of the flames. So Nkosi is going to give you a shot of those informal dwellings here that are just literally a stone's throw away from where the fire is, and you can see that they were not damaged. And this will speak also to the quick response of both the emergency services as well as quick-witted residents who tried their best to douse the flames. And so that's the situation as it stands right now, Kathy. People are on the side of the road as well, trying to pick up the pieces, so to speak, and they are waiting to see what will happen. We have no word yet if there's been any alternative emergency accommodation that's been organized, and what plans the residents are going to make to store their belongings and to have a place to put their heads down tonight. So we'll continue to give you those details as and when they develop and as and when we get them. Kathy.
Tumaole, when we look at the living conditions of some of these residents, it's evident why conversations around decent housing and also land are so important. Concerning you, of course, is also the extent of exposed wiring, electrical wiring, that is visible just from the images that you've brought us this evening. So the good news is that that fire has been contained. That's where we leave it for now, Tumaole. Stephen?